Hello, crystals. Welcome back to my channel. If you watched part 1 of The Sweet Trap, then you already know that something strange began in the lives of these children. But the story did not end there. In today's part, we will see what really happened next, how the truth came out, and how the children finally found freedom. But before we go in, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification bell, so you never miss any of our stories. Now, let's get right into it. After the strange things that began in the night, fear entered many homes. Children who used to sleep peacefully were no longer resting well. Some woke up tired. Some stood in dark corners of the house without knowing how they got there. Some cried in their sleep. Some parents had even seen their children move in the night, like they were following a call they could not fight. Soon, the school could no longer pretend that everything was normal. So the principal called for an urgent meeting. Some fathers walked in with serious faces, trying to stay strong. Inside the office, the room was full. The air felt heavy. No one had come to talk about school fees. No one had come to talk about homework. They had come because something was wrong with their children. One mother stood up first. Her voice shook as she spoke. "My daughter no longer sleeps well," she said. "Every night she cries and says she is afraid." Another parent spoke next. "My son wakes up more tired than when he went to bed." Then another mother broke down and covered her face. "I found my child outside by midnight," she cried. She was just standing there and looking into the darkness. The room became quiet. Every parent now knew the same thing. This was real. This was serious. And they needed help. Then Zena was called forward. She walked slowly. Her head was down. Her parents sat in confusion. They did not know why their daughter had been called like that. Her mother looked worried. Her father looked from face to face, trying to understand. Then the principal spoke gently. "Zena," she said, "tell the truth." At first, Zena said nothing. Tears gathered in her eyes. Her lips began to shake. Then she started crying. The whole room watched her. Her mother stood up halfway from her chair. "Zena, what is it?" she asked. But Zena could no longer hide it. Through tears, she began to speak. She said she had already been trapped before the birthday. She said something had been disturbing her for a long time. She said she had been told to bring other children. Her mother gasped. Her father froze. For a moment, it looked like he could not even breathe. Then Zena cried louder. "I did not want to do it," she said. "I was scared." The room was silent. Now everything was making sense. The birthday packs. The tired children. The strange nights. Zena's mother covered her face and cried. Her father sat down slowly, full of pain. They had not known. Their daughter had been carrying fear alone. And now the truth had finally come out. The parents did not waste time. They all agreed that the children needed prayer. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. So later that day, they took the children to a pastor known for wisdom and prayer. The church was simple and quiet. Parents held their children closely as they entered. Some children looked weak. Some looked confused. Some were already crying because they did not understand why everybody looked so serious. The pastor welcomed them gently. He did not shout. He did not rush. He simply listened first. He listened to the parents. He listened to the children. Then he told them all to have faith and stay calm. The children were seated in front. Their parents stood behind them. Some mothers placed their hands on their children's shoulders. Some fathers stood with folded hands and wet eyes. Then the prayers began. One child at a time. One family at a time. It was quiet at first. Then tears began to pour. Then hope began to rise. One by one, the children were prayed for. Some cried for a few moments and then became quiet. Some trembled and then suddenly looked peaceful. Some looked tired at first, but after prayer, their faces changed. Parents began to thank God as they saw their children becoming calm again. It was like a heavy load was leaving them. But then it was Zena's turn. The moment the pastor began to pray for her, everything changed. She started crying harder than the others. Her body shook. She held her chest. She begged for help. Her mother rushed toward her, crying. Her father, who had stayed strong all day, could not hold his tears anymore. It was clear now that Zena had suffered longer. What troubled her had stayed deeper. The pastor continued praying. He did not stop. Zena cried and struggled. Her parents cried too. Other parents joined in prayer. Now everybody wanted the same thing: for Zena to be free. The room was filled with prayer. Her mother called her name again and again. Her father knelt down beside her and wept. Then, after a long and painful struggle, something changed. Zena became still. Her breathing slowed. Her face softened. The fear that had lived in her eyes slowly disappeared. She opened her eyes and looked around like someone waking up from a long bad dream. Her mother held her tightly. Her father bent his head and thanked God. At last Zena was free. After the prayers, everything began to settle. The fear was gone. The children no longer looked tired or confused. They walked freely again. They spoke softly. They smiled again. The school felt different. Not noisy. Not empty. Just peaceful. That morning, something important happened. The teacher asked the class to be quiet. Zena stood up. Her hands were not steady. Her eyes moved slowly across the room. Everyone was looking at her. The room became very still. Zena took a deep breath. Then she spoke. "I'm sorry," she said. Her voice was soft but clear. "I'm sorry for what I did." No one interrupted. "I was afraid. And I made a wrong choice." Tears filled her eyes. "I didn't mean to hurt anyone." The class remained quiet. But this time, they understood. That evening, everything felt calm again. At home, there was no fear, no strange silence. Only peace. That night, Amara slept deeply. No bad dreams, no hidden call, just rest. Because sometimes, listening, being careful, and making the right choice can save you from what you cannot see. And that is how the sweet trap came to an end. The children were finally free. The fear was gone, and peace returned again. But remember, crystals, not everything that looks sweet is safe. And sometimes, the best thing you can do is listen to the people who truly care about you. If you enjoyed this story, and you learned something new today, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. And don't forget, share this story with your friends, your family, and anyone who needs to hear this lesson. Thank you so much for watching, crystals. And I'll see you in the next story.